I'm going on a 10-mile e-trike ride. Come along as we learn about electric tricycles. Hey everyone, I'm Dustin. I have nearly 20 years experience in the bike and e-bike industry. And today I'm on my Easy Transit foldable e-trike from 630. And we're gonna take a 10-mile ride, and I'm gonna give you tips and tricks and take you along so you can experience what it's like to ride on this e-trike for a 10-mile ride. And then I'm gonna talk to you through how I turn, how I go uphill, so you can fully understand the experience of an electric trike. Now, this e-trike has a 750 watt front hub motor. It's foldable, so the frame folds in half. And it's got disc brakes in the front and rear. It's actually got a reverse option as well. Front and rear baskets and 7-speed gears up here. And very easy to drive. It's actually got 16-inch tires, so very low center of gravity. Turning is super easy and lots of power. I'm 220 pounds and it's gonna get me up hills really easily. You're gonna see as we go. So if you're ready, let's do this. Now, if you're in at least level 1 on the pedal assist, the e-trike's gonna go if you push the throttle or if you pedal. And so I like to use the throttle to get moving sometimes. It's quite easy. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do this. So I'm gonna give it a little bit of throttle and we're off and running. And now I'm just gonna ease into some pedal assist as we go. All right, I'm gonna up the ante here and put it in level 2. All righty. Okay, now coming down hills, wanna ease into it. The 3 wheels still stay balanced, but I like to brake. Now, if you hear a little squeaking, that's just the disc brakes. Sometimes the pads just need to be either a little adjusted, or this one's brand new, so they're just working themselves in. So don't be alarmed by that. All right, so flat ground riding on a trike is pretty easy. Now, the one thing you have to remember if you watch me, if I take my hands off the handlebars, the trike won't stay straight. So I do need to make sure that I'm keeping the wheel in the direction I want to go. On a trike, now look too, if you lean, the trike doesn't move, right? That's just important to remember that leaning doesn't do anything. Now on a bike, when you lean, it kind of moves with you, right? On a trike, I got to move these handlebars like so if we want to go somewhere. We're at 3.8 miles right now. So we'll just go ahead and watch as that ticks up and we hit the 10-mile mark. All right. So let's go ahead and start by going up this big hill. Now, I've made other videos going up this hill. I'm gonna put it in level 5 here just to be prepped. Oh, I'm gonna give it some throttle. Watch out, Lisa. And when we're on 5 on this hill, it'll be no problem. Now, I'm gonna also put my gears into level 7. Now, typically that's a little counterintuitive when you talk about going to the highest gear up hills, but because of how powerful the motor is, I can actually put it into gear 7 and it's still easy. I mean, you can see I'm flying up the hill, and if I want, I can just switch to not pedaling at all. You'll be able to see from behind that I'm not pedaling right now, I'm just using the throttle. All right, so we made it up the hill really easily, okay? So let's just continue on this journey. Now I'm gonna back down my pedal assist a little bit because we're going downhill, and you know, I don't need max power on flat ground or downward hill. And you can see I'm like barely exerting and we're getting that assistance from the motor. You know, you can always put it in 1 if you want, or you can put it in 0 and go ahead and just, you know, pedal under your own power without any assistance at all. Okay, now as we come down a hill and into a stoplight, you always want to kind of be easing the brakes so we're, you know, able to come to a nice safe stop right here. Okay, now I'm still in 0, sorry. Let me engage my throttle here. Okay, now you can see you're gonna come up this hill as well. Now, if you can see straight ahead here, this is a pretty big hill. All right. And I'm actually doing pedal assist 5. And I am in gear 7 down here. And again, this is like no work for me whatsoever. There's the hill. Very, very long and steep hill. Starting to get to a more level area, so our speed's picking up. I'm still going 15 miles an hour uphill here. And we got full battery. All right, just gonna use the throttle a little bit. Now you can see we are coming into a downhill. All right. All right, now on the downhill. I'm just gonna go ahead and coast it out a little bit. Now I'm not pedaling whatsoever. And again, you can pull the brakes if you want, just to slow your speed. There we go, back to 12. The brakes are very, very responsive. I'm gonna show you something too. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and go onto the sidewalk here. And Lisa, you can stay in the bike lane. But I just want to show you guys, if you want to come up onto the sidewalk, you can. Now you want to slow down. Now look, it's tilted. No big deal. I'm still balanced. Just make sure you shift your weight against the lean. And I'm even comfortable just steering on the sidewalk here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and downshift my pedal assist so I don't need to be in level 5. Okay. All right. Now look, coming down the sidewalk, I'll just brake a little bit, even though I didn't need to do that much braking. So we've gone about 1.2 miles. Now I got another little hill here, your choice. I'm just gonna use the throttle. Why not? All right, now check this out. We can go right through here if I want to, easy. And this is the really cool part, is that this thing can pretty much go anywhere. Got some pickleball games going on here. Now let me show you too, if you wanted to park your trike, go ahead and just turn this off for a second. Now, parking it's really easy. You're just gonna, all you have to do is lift the front end, which isn't too heavy. Now you're in. Now the other thing you could do if you wanted to is you could put it into reverse, and you wanna be careful if you're gonna do this, so stand to the side. And from there, you could give it a little bit of juice, see that? So if you did need to lift it onto the bike rack, but you have trouble getting it off, just give it a little bit of juice, the wheel will turn, and now I can easily pull it out. Okay, let's go ahead and proceed. Now I wanna show you something really quick too, if you stay right there. If you ever need to really navigate through tight spaces, you can have a little fun and come through these things. All right, now here's the other cool thing. I wanna show you a few things. I can go ahead and steer down the handicap ramp, no problem. And if you want to stay right there, I'm going to come at you. If you look here, this curb here is actually elevated. And no problem, we can get up that. It's a little bumpy, not too bad. And going down, and even worst case, if you need to come down this, not ideal, but we can do that. All right, let's carry on. Let's see where we can go. Okay, we're gonna go back down here, and I'm just gonna take you on a quick dirt path jaunt. Even though the Easy Transit is not the ideal trike to go on dirt paths, it can definitely handle hard packed trails as needed. Going up Going down. Okay, now I'm gonna continue to go on the sidewalk just to show everyone. Here we go. Okay. Now remember, I have to steer to get on here. Now I'm leaning if I'm making sharp turns, but leaning won't work to turn. So right here's an example. I have to turn my handlebars and I can go ahead and stay on the sidewalk. Now you can see here too, these cars are actually, well, the bike lane is next to the cars. So if this is a situation where you have a bike lane like this next to parked cars, and actually this guy's got a bike here in the middle of the sidewalk, which is not gonna be good. So we're gonna have to figure this out. So let's see, oh, he's gonna move it. Oh, cool. Thank you. Sorry, thanks.
Hey, no problem. Thank you.
How you doing? All right. So let's go ahead and go in here. A little muddy in here. We'll still go for it. Now this is like a hard packed dirt / sand, if you will. All right. So you can see, no problem. Okay, how muddy is this? We don't want to get too dirty back in here. I think we may have to, okay. I think we turn back. Okay, we're gonna turn back because it's super muddy. We had a lot of rain in California, but you can see hard packed trails, no problem. If we don't have huge puddles and whatnot to contend with. All right, we're coming down. Now, if I don't know if you guys can see this hill, it's a pretty good little hill. So we're really putting this to the test on hills here. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's go up this hill right here. So we got another hill straight ahead. And I'm just gonna stay on the sidewalk for this one. So let's see. That's what I like about the Easy Transit and the small wheels is staying on the sidewalk's actually really easy. Go ahead and shift that up. See, we haven't even burned 1 bar in the battery. We've gone almost 2 miles and taken on some pretty substantial hills. All right, coming up to a little curvature here in the road, no big deal. Okay, we got a dog coming here, so I'm gonna go ahead and yield the sidewalk to them. Now let me go ahead and just bring this down the curb. All right. Let's go ahead and check out. We got some trails down here too. It might be a little bit less muddy. Or more muddy, who knows? Definitely doesn't look less muddy, but I want to show you. You can easily get up there, and this is kind of cool. This is actually more mountain bike type trails. Wow. Got a whole bridge here. I don't want to take that on, but it'd be cool if we could go over there, but a little too muddy, so I'm going to turn around. All right, so we're coming downhill now, and I'm just coasting. And, you know, if you're unsure, always keep your hands on top of the brake calipers so you can be ready. You just want to make sure, you know, you're ready to get your hands there. Also, when you're going downhill on a trike, this is a very important tip actually. You don't want to swerve, okay? Now, on a regular two-wheel bike, if you're coming downhill and you swerve, it's a lot more maneuverable. If you come down at speed and you swerve, you're gonna create instability in your trike. So just easy motions, don't freak out, keep the handlebars straight, and of course monitor your speed and go whatever speed you're comfortable at to ensure, you know, you're stable. All right, back here, we're gonna go uphill again. It's got a little nice downhill in. Now we're gonna go back uphill. And still we have not killed one bar off the battery, so that's cool. And you saw me leaning there. I'm just leaning to make sure, because we were going onto an incline. I wanted to keep all wheels down on the ground. Here are my legs working as I'm in pedal assist level 5. And my legs are moving, but honestly, it's not much effort whatsoever. So the bike's doing a lot of the work. Oh, I guess I should probably get in the bike lane. My fault. Okay, so we're about just over 3 miles. And still have not drained a battery, even though we're doing a lot of hills. All right, we're at the pinnacle. Now we're just gonna coast on down. All right, we've got a big hill here, so I'm easing my brake, okay? I'm just using the rear brake primarily and just giving it a little bit. Just keep my speed in check. Okay, so we are at 4.2 miles now. And we're gonna head up here. I'm gonna make sure to obey all the traffic laws. Okay, no one's coming, let's turn. Stay in the bike lane. All right, we got another hill. So San Clemente is extremely hilly, if you haven't noticed. And even with all the hills and my 220-pound body, we've only lost 1 bar off the battery, which is great. Okay, now we are going to wait at the red light here. All right. So we're gonna head back downhill now. We're actually gonna navigate back to the office because our cameraman's battery actually is dying. We didn't really check and make sure that was charged. Now look, we got some branches here in the way. So if you can just steer around those. Just wanted to take the bike path. Now you can see I can get really zippy through here if I want. Uh-oh, except our our sidewalk ran out. Okay, got another hill we're gonna take on here. So we got hills galore here. All right, we are recharged and we've only got 3.5 miles to go. So let's go ahead and knock this out. Now, I want to also say that I've been using the throttle for a large portion of this ride, and we've been going up a tremendous amount of hills. So we have lost half the battery, but you know, it kind of gives you an idea of how much you know, battery you will drain going up and down hills. So we'll probably just stick relatively close by, make some loops. All right, let's go down this way. All right, so we've got officially 3 miles to go. Still got half a battery. Okay, let's make a little loop here. All right, tackling another hill here. Just about 2 miles left on our journey. Still got half a battery as we creep up on 8 miles. Okay, 2.7 miles left. Let's go this way. Oh, it's the way we just went, isn't it? What? Let's go this way so we can try to find a bigger loop. This will be our home stretch. We got about 1.6 miles left. Now we are on the home stretch here. 1 more mile to go for our 10-mile ride. We're at half a battery right now. The question is we've got a pretty steep hill right here, so now this is a serious hill to end on. All right, 13.1. Hopefully this gets us all the way. Now we are on the home stretch here. 1 more mile to go for our 10-mile ride. We're at half a battery right now. The question is we've got a pretty steep hill right here, so we'll see how we make out. Now this is a serious hill to end on. All right, 13.1. Hopefully this gets us all the way. Still half a battery. 13.3 miles. Okay. Woo. We made it. 0.4 miles left. Okay, so we just finished a 10-mile ride. On my odometer here, you can see we went from 3.8 miles to 14. And Couple takeaways. One, man, the Easy Transit is so easy to steer. It's a lot of fun. I could navigate sidewalks, streets, and you can see that I can hit pretty fast speeds. You'll see my speed. I wasn't even looking at the speed, but you'll see it on the screen there. So we got down to just under half a battery. We were right at about half a battery, 10 miles. Now, I ran it in level 5 on pedal assist the entire way. And then if I wasn't in level 5, I was on the throttle. So that's pretty good actually for my size guy. For a guy my size, if we had, been running more in like a level 2 or a level 3, we would have gotten, double the range. So about 40 miles, 40 miles plus basically. So up to 50 miles is what we say. And I think that's completely feasible also depending on the weight of the rider. And we rode hill after hill after hill after hill. It was up, plateauing some downhills as well. So I don't know if that's going to be a typical ride on the Easy Transit, but yeah, what I learned is that you can do a 10-mile ride on streets wherever you want to go on a three-wheel e-bike. So if you have any questions at all about e-trikes or anything or the Easy Transit, please reach out to us. Also, the Easy Transit is linked in the description below if you want more information. And you can always email us, the team at sixthreezero.com, or call us 310-982-2877. And don't forget, we have a 30-day test ride your e-bike and e-trike policy. If you don't love it in the first 30 days, send it back, no questions asked, no money out of your pocket. In addition to that, we are going to warranty everything for 1 year. Anything goes wrong in the first year, we'll take care of it, parts and labor, no questions asked. Lastly, join our Facebook pedalers group, 630 Pedalers. There's thousands of members in there. You can connect with them before you make your purchase. Ask them how they like their bike. Then, when you have yours, post in the group, make friends. It's tons of fun. So thanks for sticking around, and don't forget, it's your journey or experience. Enjoy the ride.